Thomas charging through the midfield. Thomas, it's up for grabs now. Thomas, right at the end.
Hello, you are listening to It's Up for Grabs Now, the Arsenal podcast. It's Alan Davis. I've got Ian Stone here.
Hello, Alan.
Ian is here again. Little croaky there, Ian.
Slightly croaky. New Year's Eve.
All right?
Yeah.
New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
It's the 4th of Jan.
That's how good a New Year's Eve it was.
And Tayo is here.
Hello, Alan.
Tayo, you cheered up since New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I had a bit of a funny New Year's Eve.
Could you
actually
describe the laptop that was stolen from your car? We'll see if we can get it back.
Yeah, it's a silver Mac. My car was broken into, and when they took my
where
Mac,
was it broken into?
I didn't think they'd taken anything at first. It was in Hackney, so
Hackney.
Hackney broken into. Yeah, that's narrowing it down.
Anyone in Hackney who knows anything about a stolen laptop, could you form an orderly queue starting in Trafalgar Square? No, queue round and round the Emirates.
Yeah, I'm also a little bit tired and emotional because I had a really bad night's sleep, and I had some mad dreams in there. I just wanted to tell you about it.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Really?
I had a dream that Leeds United won 1-0 at Old Trafford in the FA Cup. It's one of those dreams, where you punch the air in your sleep.
It was an amazing game. We're talking about punching air in your sleep. This is the whole point of my dream last night, which is kind of weird. Have you ever had sleep paralysis? You know, that kind of thing where you kind of think...
Can't get up.
Michael Silvestre gets it all the time, when your mind knows what you're doing.
Is that why Diamante got through for that goal?
Exactly. You knew what he wanted to do.
Sleep paralysis.
I think so. You knew what he wanted to do.
They blamed Gallas in one of the papers. They said Gallas played him onside.
Yeah,
and I thought, if Gallas is reading this, he won't be happy.
If anything's wrong, it's Silvestre's fault.
Silvestre's thought, he's gone. I'll take one step forward and put my arm up.
But I did actually...
Fair play. He's been watching Tony Adams' videos.
Yeah.
He got it all wrong.
But that is a team effort, as opposed to just Mikel Silvestre doing that on his own.
But was
the problem there.
In this really weird night's sleep, then we actually played Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and we was all watching it together. And the Chelsea players were actually...
Hang on, is this your dream?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, what happened?
It's a dream.
Did we win?
We was all in it. No, it was 3-0, but they were 7 or 8 foot.
You had a dream where we lost 3-0.
They were 7 or 8 foot. We was all watching it together. They were 7 or 8 foot. And our players were literally 2 foot tall.
No, I could totally understand why Keith gets them right up with me when I used to turn up and say, last night I won you beat AC Milan 3-2. What? When? What was that?
PlayStation.
I was playing FIFA on the PlayStation. Oh, will you shut up about FIFA?
I scored a...
You wound me right up now. You wound me right up.
He used to get really upset. I scored a 30-yarder. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Goal by Andre last night. What a goal.
I thought we've established...
What goal? Oh, he's beaten 3 men. And I've curled it, because you can put a curl on it if you use your left thumb.
After
left
touch.
thumb? What do you mean left thumb?
After touch, yeah.
That was my favourite year of FIFA, when you could bend the passes.
The after touch on the little finger.
I love
yeah,
bending
good,
the
that
passes.
was. Yeah. But anyway, so apart from
so
that...
your dreams are even less interesting than me on the FIFA.
Tired and emotional because of
You've
that.
had a dream that you've lost to Chelsea.
We lost to Chelsea.
Why don't you have a dream that you've won something?
Well, I didn't choose the dream. That's the point I'm telling you about.
We discussed our dreams once. Do you remember this? Because we were discussing how the dreams go, and I said, with me, we tend to be losing.
No memory of this.
You know what this is?
This is a dream where you discuss.
Am I dreaming this now?
Having dreams with me. There are people listening to this podcast thinking, I hope I'll wake up in a minute. This is rubbish.
Right,
when are they going to talk about the FA Cup?
We'll move on. Well,
we'll move on.
Right,
we had a discussion about dreams.
Yeah, because we have different ways.
Where were we?
We were in bed together. And I woke you up and I said, Alan, I've been dreaming. Hold me.
A giraffe came in and brought us a couple of Bloody Marys.
We were at football.
Said, hair of the dog.
We were at football.
At Highbury or the Emirates?
At Highbury.
We used to talk about a lot of stuff at Highbury in the old days because the football was so crap.
It wasn't so good on occasion.
in the dying years of the Graham era.
No, but you said that your dreams involve Arsenal winning, say, 7-0, whereas mine involved us going 2-0 down, then coming back and winning 3-2.
Oh, yeah, you've always been one for a comeback.
Yes, I like it. I like a bit of pain.
I've always been a 7-0 type.
You have. I just crying their noses in
mine
it.
is like we're watching it like a hall of mirrors because the Chelsea players are 9 foot and ours were 2. I didn't mean to dream it. I didn't mean to dream it. Anyway,
I had a dream the other night that you were deported.
There's no comeback from that, so I won't even try. Let's move on. I'm sorry, you can bring it up.
Dear. So, you would have liked then, Ian Stone. You would have enjoyed a comeback that Arsenal made away to West Ham.
I love a comeback.
We have to be gentle now because our esteemed engineer on my right is a West Ham fan.
Who had a go at us before we even started?
He's looming over me with a pointed, sharpened biro. If you say one more thing about Diamante...
It was great. It was
Diamante
great.
is really chippy, though, isn't he? He tried to start on Vela as well.
He's chippy, yeah. He's
quite good as well.
He's not a bad player. I thought they worked hard, West Ham, so patronising. I can't find
Do
anything
it, try
to
it,
say
try it.
that isn't patronising.
They worked hard. They ran about a lot, didn't
They worked hard. And we
Yeah.
had 3 19-year-olds in midfield who were obviously a bit out of their depth. And then we brought on 2 world-class players. Abu Diaby, ladies and gentlemen.
Made
I
the
give
difference.
you.
Made the difference.
Unbelievable.
Mind you,
What's
we
happened
were-
to him suddenly? Playing at night is great. Being the last one to arrive at the party when it's already up and going, that's when he takes the floor.
He's in.
Yeah. And Amy saying
Abu's here.
Didn't someone say this week that he
It's
looks like
Abu
a bit
time.
he looks a bit like a black Francis Drake? Is what Amy said.
He looks like a black. He looks like a black Francis Drake.
Black Francis Drake.
He's a black, when he's playing.
I
with
don't know
him,
what Francis Drake looks like.
He's got a
I don't know.
goatee beard. He's got a
and
goatee beard.
and he's got a polo neck, like instead of a ruffle. He's
And he
got a polo
turns up
neck.
at the Emirates in a galleon.
Right. Hark! I see my number coming up.
It is like that. He's a cross
Can't touch
between
me.
MC Hammer and Francis Drake.
Amazing.
And listener, if you have any other crosses between players,
I got a bit mixed up actually. I thought you were talking about Charlie Drake. At
that's the
first. I
best
thought-
one I've had since crossing Arshavin
with
Nikolai Valuev.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I thought would make a dream player.
Excellent, but he's playing out of his
Streams
skin.
again.
He came on, and he changed the game.
We were rubbish in the first half, weren't we? Really, we
I don't
didn't
know
really.
if we were rubbish.
We didn't
or not.
create
We were
much,
rubbish.
did we?
No, I just thought it was very, very tight and even. Because I felt like a couple of our younger players maybe were not as confident as Diaby. Diaby had a hopeless game a few weeks ago, a bit like Wilshere did at the weekend. Wilshere was hopeless.
Marina weren't
He
great,
got
was
booed.
he?
Did you hear Wilshere got
Well,
booed when
that's
he came
bang out
on?
of
Who
order.
got booed?
West Ham fans,
What?
common.
West Ham fans booed him.
They booed
Well,
him.
no, I think it's.
He supported West Ham.
Oh, what? Because
Such a
he.
guilty look from the
Yeah,
engineer.
was that you?
It's absolutely. He's gone red. You booed England's great white hope.
Yeah, a child you
Booed
booed.
a child. You're disgusting.
Child abuse. Paedophile! You're one step away from paedophilia if you boo Jack.
Yeah,
Anyway, he's got a bright future, but for the next few months, I'm hoping it's going to be on loan.
but not at Burnley because they're going to get a new manager, aren't they?
I don't know. Well, maybe Coyle will take him to Bolton if he goes to Bolton. I don't know. But anyway, I was very, very pleased with our 2 goals. This is understatements of 2010. Number
Well,
one.
Vela got a nice little touch. Vela got a nice
Vela
little
fallen
touch.
over.
He was good. No, I like Vela.
It's a brilliant cross.
He had a poor game.
And can you say a few words about Eduardo, please?
What a
I'd
header.
just like to say
The
that
header.
I'm glad that Eduardo has responded to the tough love that I've been trying to
Tough
shout,
love,
to
is that
shout
what it
to
is?
him, and he knew he.
Do one, Eduardo!
I never said do one. I've never said do one.
What does
I've
that
just
actually-
turned round and
It's
said
written
he's been
all
letting me
over
down.
your face.
He's been letting me down, and he had a rubbish game up till then. Come on, he did nothing in that game, and I had a text all
His
planned
touch,
for you. I had a
his
text
touch
all
is not-
planned for you, and I was like, I'm going to leave it.
3 goals in 4 games?
Is that what it is?
And what
You're
a
not
header.
You're not counting the deflection.
He almost missed
What
the one.
a header, though.
3 goals. That's
That was
right. The
amazing
first
header.
one was when he almost missed from 2 yards in front of goal.
Almost missed
The
from
second
2
one was a
yards. Thank you very
deflection.
much.
Yeah, this is an interesting development.
coming
Is now
back.
you're both trying to cross off Eduardo's goals. I'd
No.
like to remind you, this bloke nearly lost a foot
Yeah.
wearing the Arsenal shirt in
Oh,
our
you see,
cause.
did
He
you-
nearly lost a foot. I'm prepared to cut him a little bit more slack.
They showed it on a-
especially as he's got 3 goals in 4
They
games.
showed it on Premiership Years just before I come out.
Eduardo. Come on, talk over me. Eduardo.
They showed
Take him off
they
spot.
they showed
Eduardo.
they showed the Martin Taylor the Martin Taylor
Yes.
challenge
Martin
earlier
Taylor's
on.
challenges.
And
He hasn't
I
played
did
much
actually
since
I
then,
did
has
feel
he?
bad. I did feel bad because they also showed a sort of turn and swivel we did in that season 2007 2008 just
Yeah.
beforehand, and I was
At
like,
Man City, that goal.
Oh
actually,
yeah,
yes, it
that's
was.
right. That was a beautiful.
It's
goal,
almost
that.
like
chested it down.
it's
then
almost like it's
buried it.
imprinted on your eyelids, Alan. Like
All our goals are imprinted on my eyes.
all Eduardo's
That's why
ones
when I
are.
go to sleep, I don't dream about losing 3-0 to Chelsea.
All it is, you dream about Eduardo. So I actually did. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit.
I'd like you to know.
Not guilty, but bad.
You should feel bad. I'd like you to know that we wouldn't have won that game if my 4-week-old daughter hadn't put on her Arsenal lucky coat.
You sent us a
time.
You sent us a picture.
We
at
saw the
half-time.
picture. Yeah,
I bought her a coat. She can only wear it till she's 3 months old.
it's not really a coat, is it? It's like a baby grow, isn't it?
It's a coat.
What? She go out in it?
It's a hoodie jacket.
Well, keep it away from Steve Wolford.
hoodie jacket.
It's about the same size as the one that Steve Wolford was wearing on the Aston Villa bench at the last home game.
Yeah.
What are you wearing, Wolford?
You'll try and wear it as a finger puppet.
She put that on,
put it on
and we
half time.
turned it around. In fact, halfway through the second half, she was sickle down it. I had to clean it off and put it back on her.
She loved
He
you.
put a sick-covered coat
Now that's
back on his child.
That's abuse.
Just for the second half,
That's
yeah.
abuse.
Yeah.
It's a lucky coat. You've got to put it back on.
Are you going to wash it now? Just, to get the
that
sick
to-
off? Or is
tell
it
that-
now it's the sick part
Tell
of the
that
luck?
to
Is that what
social services. It was a lucky coat.
Covered in sick. Yeah, but it's a big game. It's a quarter final.
The FA Cup. It's a one-off game. You need everything you could get.
Do you need
the
a
thing is,
selection
with a
of these?
lucky coat, do you then wear it every game, or do you choose your games?
Well, do you wash
Can I
it in
say,
between?
You sound a little bit like Keith at this point if you're talking about lucky coats.
When you got back to-
You'll
when
be
you got-
chucking radios out the window next. But
When you got back-to-back home
do you wear it
games.
every game? Well, I think you
I
bring
don't
it
think
out.
he chucked Linda's radio out the window.
That's what he said, wasn't it?
He said he threw it at the wall.
No, but all right, but no.
The thing was, when Keith smashed up the radio, he smashed up the radio because he was listening to Radio 4 in the hope that they wouldn't mention the Champions League
I
result.
mentioned Yasser Arafat.
Yes,
against-
Arafat and PLO.
against-
who
against
actually
Liverpool.
no longer exist.
But the point about that is, right, the point about that is that he already knew that we'd lost to Liverpool. So the fact that they were mentioning it again wasn't news to him.
Oh, he just didn't want to
He just
hear
didn't
it.
want to hear it again.
Enraged
Well, just
him
keep
twice.
the radio and telly off.
Robert Mugabe, media lockdown. No free media in the house.
Anyway, I think you got to bring that out if we're losing any time and get the you got to phone up.
I'd just like to say that maybe Arsene Wenger knows something we don't, because
he
even
knows
though
a lot of things that we don't. I've got to be honest with you.
I love the maybe qualifier.
Listen, speak for yourselves, guys. Speak for yourselves. But no, because he didn't.
Yeah, maybe.
If Matthew
Possibly.
Upson is being beaten by our 5'8" Brazilian to the ball, then he's not good enough for Arsenal.
Brazilian.
So
That's a fair
maybe
point, actually.
It is a fair point, and
Yeah.
I'm glad I made it. Do you
Yeah.
reckon Arsene would have
You're
made
trying
it?
to take a little bit and more credit away from Eduardo for an astonishing header. The only way he could score was to loop that in the top corner. Only Eduardo can do this. It's a gift.
Yeah.
Andy Townsend said that, I'm
Great
not saying
cross.
that Andy Townsend means or knows anything. Incidentally, it was good to see John Hartson in the studio. I'm not going to go on about...
He's well
Andy
now, isn't he,
Townsend.
John?
I
He's
agree
well.
with you. It was very good to see big Johnny Hartson there.
Yes, yes. Who was
Very
he
glad
supporting?
to see him back.
Out of
He
interest.
was a massive gooner that day. Massive
Well, do you think he
gooner.
was?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he was going with the win. I think he was a West Ham fan, and then we won. And then when he came back to him after the game, he was going, good
And then
performance.
he chose the Welshman for
Man of the match.
Man of the match.
Yes, but rightly so. Ramsey's beautiful player.
Ramsey's
And
goal.
has he only got one ball now, Hartson? Is that the story? You couldn't tell. I was trying to look in his trousers, but
His trousers were...
Jamie Redknapp's got his
had it been
spare.
Jamie Redknapp, you'd have been able to tell straight away. Hello, Redknapp's had testicular cancer. Look at that.
Something's missing. No, but Johnny was the one who brought it up. He
Something's
said,
missing.
they asked him how he was. He said, I had testicular cancer, spread to my lungs and my brain. And we're all
To his
going,
brain as
"Blimey."
well.
To
Like-
his
Yeah,
brain.
yeah,
Like
totally.
Lance Armstrong.
See the
Yeah.
little-
Have you read that book, by the way?
No.
That is a brilliant book.
Yeah.
And it's not about the bike. Seriously.
Yeah, I've got
It's really, really brilliant book. Johnny Hartson, if you're listening,
Yeah.
get right
Get
in.
right. Tell us about the incident when you kicked that bloke, was it?
Isle Berkovich.
Isle Berkovich in training.
John can't remember his career because he was pissed for the entire length of his career.
Yeah.
And
He gets full respect from all the bouncers down where I go to in Spain because he can outdrink any other footballer that's ever been down there.
That is quite impressive.
One of them's Welsh. Oh, Johnny Hartson. Oh, he's a good lad. Which means he drank the bar dry.
In that accent.
I don't know where he's from.
Plucky West Ham
Yeah.
put the
Hey,
sword.
speaking of kicking people in the head, by
Yeah.
the way, Diaby, someone did a high kick on Diaby. It kicked him in the ear. Now, Diaby is really huge.
He's 6 foot.
really
6'4".
Yeah.
And Jimenez, whoever he is, the lad who did it, he's not. I mean, he's about 5'8".
He's very flexible, though,
How
isn't
did
he?
he get up there?
He's flexible, is what I'm saying.
he
That's
should- he
Pilates.
should do Pilates.
No, he's doing Pilates. That's what I'm saying.
I've written to Davina McCall saying he should go on that new dance show on Sky One.
Written to Davina.
It was it was a shocking challenge.
This podcast
You
is
want to
shame.
get Jimenez from West Ham? Did you see him
do.
kick
That
to
kicking.
Francis Drake in the ear? Was it? Is he Spanish, Jimenez? Oh, wait, West Ham. Is he
Mexico,
Spanish?
isn't he? Mexican. Yeah, he is.
One of the two. Same
Yeah.
Same
So I
thing.
mean, it's sort of an Armada thing.
Oh, I see where you were going with that. Yeah,
And
beautiful.
that's why Diaby stopped him.
Tenuous link.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was a very high kick, and it was almost impressive in
And
its
Diaby
foul
wasn't
play.
having it
Either
as well.
Davina's got to get him or Nigel Lithgow for So You Think You Can Dance. There's an opening there for a high kicking Mexican.
There's an opening for a
there is.
There's an opening for a in Celebrity Big Brother. He'd be brilliant in there, wouldn't he?
Anyone who I actually knew who they were would be good in there. I think if they have to wear name tags, it's not that good.
Emmanuel Boué hiding all their microphones when they're asleep.
Oh, yeah, Boué. You brought Boué up. I'll take this opportunity.
Always.
To this week.
Part 2. And people.
Tinkerbell.
Which Arsenal player is Tinkerbell? Now, for those of you who didn't listen last week, what were you doing? Arsenal this year are raising money, and please do contribute for the Great Ormond Street Hospital. And, of course, J.M. Barry, who wrote Peter Pan, donated all the royalties from Peter Pan to Great Ormond Street. So, they're asking an Arsenal player every week in the programme questions related to Peter Pan. All I can
I've
say
got to
is...
fill it with something, haven't they?
That is the briefest, most articulate way I can phrase that. It's such a bizarre concept.
It is bizarre.
But it is actually true.
They're doing the
And one of
Tweenies
the
next
questions
season.
is, Tinkerbell is a trickster. Who is the team Tinkerbell? And we established it last week that about 5 or 6 of the Arsenal squad said it was Emmanuel Boué. Well,
Yeah.
I've got a few more matchday programmes with me. And Gail Clichy says... Tinkerbell is a trickster. Who is the team Tinkerbell? Robin Van Persie.
That's a shock.
Robin Van Persie.
What?
But listen to this. Robin Van Persie likes to do different things.
Different things. To what?
Like hide your phone or throw water over you. Now that's just not funny.
It's not
at
a
all.
Boué
Right, to be
standard
honest,
at all.
if somebody's going to throw water on me, I'll be happy if they hid my phone first. But anyway, that's by the way. Yeah, do them both, Robin, or not at all.
Gail, obviously Van Persie is a bit annoying in the dressing room, and he's Nick Gale's phone.
I don't see him as the team Tinkerbell.
I see him as massively chippy
I
if you
can't
don't
believe-
give him the ball.
Well, what about this one?
Yeah,
Nicholas Bentner. Nicholas. Tinkerbell is a trickster. This is Tinkerbell from the well-known story, Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Who is the team Tinkerbell? That's a very difficult one, as everyone likes to have a laugh. This is my generic Arsenal accent.
Right, okay. I thought it was generally Nordic, but good.
Everyone likes to have a laugh, generally in life, he means. But I'd say Thomas Rosicky or Cesc Fabregas.
Cesc.
They either paint your shoes or hide your stuff.
Paint your
Paint
shoes.
Paint your shoes?
They have to bring paint in, or where do they get the paint?
I thought we established last week, Rosicky doesn't do fun. He's not allowed fun. He wasn't allowed
that
fun.
doesn't sound like, what is it, a spray can? Is like graffiti in the shoes?
I'm just wondering where they get the...
Are they tagging? That's what I'm saying.
They're all young enough. Wilshire's doing it. Wilshire, the graph
Tagging.
artist.
They paint your shoes or hide your stuff. And then he goes, I sometimes hide things from other players.
Crazy.
Bentner said that.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Then they ask Wojciech Szczesny, who's currently playing in goal for Brentford. Where is it? Hang on. Nicholas Bentner plays tricks on the younger players who join the team, even though he's not old himself.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Which I think is slightly having a go at Bentner
He
there.
is.
It's
Well,
done
not
you,
slightly,
Bentner.
he is having a go.
Anyway, after that, we're back on it. Andre Arshavin, Tinkerbell is a trickster. Who's the team Tinkerbell? Emmanuel
Emmanuel
Boué.
Boué, yeah, okay.
Plays a trick on somebody every day.
Every day.
Robin Van Persie, Emmanuel Boué.
Hey.
But probably me when I was younger. He's claiming he's grown out of it. Little
Yeah.
dig there. And finally,
Not according to Gail Clichy.
Jesus himself. Tinkerbell is the trickster. Who's the team Tinkerbell?
Who does Jesus think?
Emmanuel Boué.
Of course he does.
If
And
Cesc says it's Emmanuel
that
Boué,
closes,
then
that closes the
That
argument.
closes the argument.
I think that is that. Yeah.
Emmanuel Boué
Do you want some emails?
is the team Tinkerbell.
Do you want some emails?
Go on
There's
then.
one that says Krappenberg. Do we need any more than that? It's having a go at Mark Clattenburg.
Hang on, I've just had a text from a Tottenham fan. It's not about football.
All right. Dear gentlemen. Here, here's one. This is from Jalal Haji, right? Dear gentlemen.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Dear gentlemen, it's all right. My 6-year-old son Amir says Fran Merida has a strong resemblance to Joe McElderry. Well, okay, fair enough. Do you think?
No.
No? All right, fine.
I've got one here
Thought
from...
the Nigerian airport jokes were brilliant.
I've got...
He says.
He gets it. See,
Yeah,
there you
yeah,
go.
yeah,
It's
gets
out
it.
there. We've got a follow-in for that, which takes me to the next email. Mickey Kane wants us to talk about our boy Ramsey, which we've done, haven't we?
Aaron Ramsey.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
talked
we
about
love
it.
Ramsey. but
He's a superstar.
He also says,
yeah.
P.S. To the Nigerian geezer, keep your head up. I'm also a South Londoner who moved over from Paris in '93 when I was 6.
There's another one.
Should have supported Palace, but I saw this black local guy and another bunch of French guys supporting Arsenal, and I thought,
Why are you
I'm a
making
gooner.
excuses, you
I'm
people,
just
for
reading
it?
these emails. See,
Your
we've opened
your
up
sect.
you people. We've
South
opened up a
Londoners,
support.
I mean.
That's what you
I
mean.
wasn't referring to the black.
The blacks.
before you start,
I've been tuned in.
you daft racist.
We've suffered.
Exactly. We've opened up the network for a support group, so I'm just glad to be a figurehead.
Something about Tottenham here. Tottenham's transfer policy is revealed. Ransack all the good players in his last team. Not for him the process of scouting or building a player up like Wenger. It looks like Redknapp got the final good member of the Portsmouth team. James, talk about kicking a team when they're down. And then he says, and his son has excelled with his advert for Thomas Cook. Hang on, get this. Useful to have a Spanish villa set up for his dad when the taxman finally comes to lock him up. Keep up the good work, lads.
Don't just book it, Thomas Cook it. Have they got any kids, those two, the Redknaps?
They don't take him with them.
They don't take them
I was
with them.
going to say, where were the kids?
Are they locked in a cellar like Joseph Fritz?
He wasn't actually locked in the cellar, as I point out. But
His kids
were locked in the cellar. Yes, that's true.
When Fritzl went on the Thomas Cook holiday, he left his kids in the cellar.
It's so cold.
Yeah,
It's such a bad
that
advert.
advert.
It's such an amazingly
Topless
poor
golf.
advert.
That's my favourite activity. Topless golf.
That's what I do,
Why
yeah.
is he playing topless golf?
He just wants to show off his
they
rippling
show
muscles.
him, right? He hits the golf ball down the beach with no shirt on. Then they cut to a picture of Louise riding a horse, and I'm just thinking, where's that golf ball? Come on. Oh! Caught her on the head.
That
You
would
know,
be
like that
fantastic.
scene in Animal House when they knock. No. They hit a golf ball at a bloke on a horse.
She looks weird from some
hits
angles, doesn't she?
Some angles.
Don't you think?
How many
No.
angles have you seen her from?
Well, there's a few angles in the advert, and then one or two you go, oh dear.
When I was a kid, I used to go out to the telly and try and look up. I used to try and look up the telly to try and look up girl skirts. Is that what you're trying to do now?
No.
You're a grown man. I was
I'm
trying
a
to do it
grown
when I was
man.
7.
I was just looking at the two of them.
Just thought
I
I'd
think
put
they
it out.
just look a bit weird, but they did fall in love on a
just thought
Thomas
I'd put
Cook
it out
holiday,
there.
and bless them.
Did they? Is that the
Well,
story
apparently,
behind
I
it?
don't know. That's why they're making
That's why
it.
they're doing
'cause
it.
It's true.
What is?
They
Why are they
fell
making
in
it?
love on a Thomas
On a
Cook
Thomas
holiday.
Cook holiday.
That's
They
about-
don't go on
that's
Thomas
about
I
Cook
made
right.
that up.
I have
They
not.
would have done in the past.
I have
about
no
right,
way
though,
are
isn't
they on doing some sort of package from Gatwick in June.
It's unlikely, yeah.
All right, Jamie, Louise, are you having a drink with us?
I can see it.
Jamie could have done it any time in the
Your
season.
wife looks weird from certain angles. See you taking both your bollocks on holiday then.
They got this first class and this Redknapp class. So you can
Don't
see-
just book it. Go on then, what?
Simon Hume wants to know. I got another email. He just wants to know. Can you remember what was the match when Bakary Sagna got rid of his dreads?
Sorry, love. Stop playing topless golf. We've come away on holiday together.
He goes swimming in those strides, and maybe they've sort of shrunk on him. That's why he's still got them on when he gets back to the.
Sorry, Bakary Sagna what?
What was the match when Bakary Sagna didn't have his dreads? It was a couple of seasons ago. It wasn't last season. It was a couple of seasons ago.
Oh yeah, we
wasn't
didn't
it?
recognise him, did we?
Nah, he was rubbish as well that game.
We're not that good. That sort of trivia question.
I wouldn't know.
I'm not even
Wouldn't
going to
know.
attempt
What you're
it.
saying is that you don't
Probably
know
could
it,
email
Al.
in.
You don't know it, Al.
I don't pay that much attention to the hair.
You
Do you know?
If anyone has got the end of season video, obviously I don't buy the end of season video if we haven't won anything. So
No.
I've saved myself about 100 quid the last 5 years.
2 years. Yeah.
I'm putting it towards this year's cup final ticket. My player of the week is Jason Crowe,
Brilliant clearance, wasn't it?
Jason
Brilliant
Crowe.
clearance.
who I still... Do you remember him getting sent off when he played for us?
No. Was that a League Cup time?
League Cup tie. He came
Yeah.
on. He came on as a sub. And
He got sent off.
he
Yes.
went in for it. There's a bouncing ball, and he put his foot up. His foot was up a bit, but nowhere near like Jimenez
Yeah.
auditioning. So you think you can dance? Abu, you have some wax in your ear. Allow me to get that for you with my
studs.
Reeboks.
It's quite impressive to get your leg up that high.
Jason Crowe, he got it down again without going off injured. I've no idea. Jason Crowe came on. They were playing Birmingham, and he went in for a high ball, and the ref gave a free kick. And then he walked over to him. It was Uriah Rennie. He walked over to him, and we thought, he's not going to book him for that, is he? He's only just come on. He sent him off.
Yeah.
And the bloke wasn't injured or anything. There wasn't no one was writhing around. It was just a high kick.
Uriah Rennie was rubbish, though, wasn't he? It was a rubbish ref.
I wondered what he thought had happened, or if Crow had said something to him. But yeah, it was his Arsenal debut. He lasted 33 seconds.
That's right, straight on, straight off.
But this is the man who says he doesn't go into all the trivia. You know what I mean?
I can't remember the game where Bakary Sagna didn't have dreads on.
But you can remember how long Jason Crow's debut lasted for.
Yes.
Rain Man.
Yeah.
That is a football-related stat.
Rain Man.
Uh-oh.
You do the fashion. As far as I'm concerned, the
Very
fashion
bad.
is we wear red with white sleeves.
Can't buy a train ticket, knows how many beans in the counter.
Very bad, very bad.
Very bad. Alan Davis as Rain Man.
Yeah, and I am a good driver. As you well know, I got you at Bolton in 4 hours.
Count the beans.
Took him to an away game.
Jason Crow, player of the week, for kicking the ball off the line.
Off the line.
Well, I think the whole Leeds team.
From Wayne Rooney.
Whole Leeds team for beating Man U in the Cup.
Did you feel insulted by the referee only playing 5 minutes?
Grossly and massively insulted. Where's the other 10 minutes?
It was bad for
That's
football.
ridiculous. What was he on about?
We were losing. I wanted more.
Every week, not enough time.
I must say, I found it inoffensive, the 5 minutes.
You did?
I didn't think it was insulting.
I was apoplectic. I was kicked the telly in.
I
want more football.
How rude.
It does remind you, days
It's an
like that.
insult to the players.
It
It reminds you how much watching
Leeds
United.
players.
So I like watching United because you want them to lose as much as you want Arsenal to win. And when it's cleared off the line, I had my heart in my mouth. It was
Did
brilliant.
you? Right, was that a dream you had? Was your actual heart? I never know with you. Is that a Nigerian recipe?
I thought Man United were rubbish.
They were rubbish,
They were
which is why it was so
rubbish.
funny.
They were.
Then someone tweeted me, really angry United fan, tweeted me saying, "Oh, you're all just jealous. There's so much jealousy. It's very unattractive. People who cheer when United lose, they're just jealous." I go, no, we just hate United.
Hey United, we're happy that you lost.
We don't want to be United fans or anything. They always go, "Oh well, yeah, well it was their cup final. It was their cup final."
It's like you said,
yeah, whatever.
Everyone outside Surrey, and wanted Man United to lose that day.
Yeah, I thought everyone in Yorkshire would be pleased, and then I got loads of tweets from people in Yorkshire going, "No one in Yorkshire likes Leeds.
No.
They all hate Leeds. We hate Leeds as well.
We hate Leeds,
We've
but
always
not-
hated
Oh no,
Leeds.
we don't. Not for the next cup round.
We
No,
don't,
they got
not for
Tottenham.
this round or
No.
the next round. We
Yeah.
love Leeds now. Leeds.
Marching on together.
I thought it was marching all together. So I put that on Twitter. Marching
came at you.
all
Let it
together.
go.
Oh, they came in then. It's on! Cutting bastard twat. It's marching on together. Marching on together.
Amazing result.
Leeds. Anyway, Tottenham very, very lucky that Leeds won because they haven't now got Man United in the next round, so they're made up.
They're all right.
Yeah.
Not happy about Stoke.
You don't like that game?
Beats
No, no,
Stoke.
Well, now hang on a minute. What's
What?
gone on there? I said that about Burnley the other week, and you said, well, it was a very hard game.
No, but it was a hard game. And
Yeah,
we
well,
drew
Stoke's
1-1.
a hard game. We lost
beat
there
Stoke.
last year.
No, we're playing well now.
We lost there last year.
I know
so
we lost there
won.
last. You know, Wenger said he wanted to try and get people banned from taking long throws, and he should have a kick in
Yeah, we
instead.
should have a kick in.
Because it's an
Not
unfair
fair.
advantage. And then there was the Stoke Birmingham game the other week, and the Stoke ball boy wouldn't give the towel to the Birmingham player, would he? So the referee went round and got all the towels collected. He said you can't use the towel if you're not going to allow both teams to use the towel. I think we'll beat Stoke because I just think we're playing well. We've got some
Yeah.
big players. We've got Diaby there.
But, I mean, are we going to play them all? Because we've got to play Liverpool in the week, haven't we? And then we've got Champions League. It's a nightmare, that
It's
week.
just before the Champions League match,
It's a tough,
so we're going to
tough
play.
week.
So we'll play a young
Liverpool's
team.
after that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's after. We've got the
We'll
Champions
play a
League
young
game
team.
after.
We've got to go out there. I don't think we'll win it, but I never think we'll win. So
Well,
You think Stoke are going to knock
I
us
think
out?
Stoke will do it. I hope I'm
Really?
wrong.
Shut
Maybe I'm dreaming it.
Ridiculous.
I just think they
he
might.
dreamt that Stoke beat
All right, well,
us.
wait.
We can get the ball down on the grass for a minute. We'll
Yeah.
score.
If it's not windy. That's what Wenger said. I hope it's not windy.
That's the professor,
Professor, I hope it's not windy.
the scientist. So I was saying, what are your plans? Ooh, a bit windy. Don't fancy it. Speaking of managers, Juan de Ramos.
One day.
Bless
That's
him.
why he was manager of Tottenham, wasn't it? One day.
Juan de Ramos.
One day you'll win something.
One day Ramos.
One day Ramos
One day you'll win a cup.
has been sacked by CSKA in Moscow, and we had this vision. And when you get sacked in Moscow, you get proper sacked.
Yeah.
They don't tell you. You just go back to your flat and the keys don't work.
It's cleared out. Where's my stuff?
So you call a locksmith.
No, you ain't got any stuff.
Someone comes around, there's no stuff there. It's just a ticket.
Your stuff was our stuff when we gave you the
See ya.
job.
Are they not doing very well then? Was it CSKA or Spartak?
You get a ticket and you get an egg timer. And
honest,
basically, if you're
you
still
know.
in the country when the egg timers run out,
There's a couple of blokes who'll give you directions to the bus station.
Did he get really lucky, Ramos, in his first season, and then he suddenly became a
He
manager?
was a brilliant manager at Seville.
Was he?
Yeah.
He went into the Tottenham black hole.
They
It
went
happens to everyone.
back UEFA Cups.
Did
or
they?
something
Oh, they
like
won.
that.
Yeah, that's true. They did. That's right.
They got
Freddie
in the
Canuto.
Champions League.
Yeah, they were a decent team. He was
How
the
many
manager,
players
wasn't
have come out? Have gone to? How many players have gone to Tottenham good and come out rubbish?
Tottenham rec players.
Yeah, totally.
No, look, there's a really good player they signed from Sheffield United, Kyle Norton.
he? Don't even know who he is.
Disappeared.
remember him.
Really good right back. He
All
went
right.
there. Everton wanted him. Go to Everton, you mug. David
Yeah.
Moyes is a good manager. Gone there, disappeared. Gareth Bale.
Gareth
ruined
Bale was a decent player.
it. This is the players that they ruin. They ruin players. Don't go there.
If you're
Will
listening.
be the death of you.
They're sniffing after Victor Moses at the moment, which is not making me very happy.
Oh,
Victor
well, yeah.
Moses.
Palace, yeah.
Yeah. Big man of Palace. I'm just saying.
Just have his name.
Just saying.
Victor Moses. It's a brilliant name.
His name.
Moses, 1-0. That's brilliant.
Jesus to Moses.
You want to hear that, don't you? Anytime.
Jesus to Moses 1-0. Says to Victor Moses. It's going to happen. He should come to Arsenal. We
Do you
should
think
know.
he will come to Arsenal? There was a little link that maybe he'd come.
He's young enough and from South London. It could work.
Yeah.
Young enough, black enough from South London. It could work.
It's true, yeah. Thames Link.
I, for one, am trying to push it through.
Half an hour.
It's Palace Wolves in the next round. By the
Is
way.
that right?
Yeah.
Palace got through against Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah,
I can't
they
believe we're
did.
talking about Palace.
And
I knew
Neil
you'd
Warnock-
turn this round.
He's done it. It's my stealth. Somebody brought it in.
I win.
Absolute fifth columnist. You turn this into a Crystal Palace podcast. We're talking about Victor Moses.
Suddenly.
Oh,
Victor
we're playing
Moses.
Wolves in the next round. I
Yeah.
don't care. You
I don't
turn
care.
out.
I didn't say we, I said they. All right, move on.
Totally
I'm sorry I
thought
brought it up.
In your dream, when Arsenal were losing 3-0 at Chelsea, were Palace winning the European Cup?
On the PlayStation next door. Yeah.
Oh, well, I think they probably were. Yeah, I've got another email for someone. Last week we established that Sammy and Nasri
Likes the ballet.
went to the ballet. This bloke says Alonzo Mosley.
Alonzo Mosley from Midnight Run.
Yeah.
That's the name of the character from Midnight Run. Sorry, I was watching it the other day.
I know. It is one of my
film.
favourite films of all time.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah.
So it's nice to get an email from one of the characters.
You get 10 years for impersonating an FBI agent. Yeah? What are they going to give you? Beautiful.
He says, I'm a lawyer representing Craig Bellamy and Emmanuel Adebayor, and I'd like to arrange a time to speak to Mr. Davis regarding certain comments made on your podcast. No, not really, he goes. He's emailing to say he saw Sammy Nasri in Waitrose on Finchley Road.
Did he look bored out of his head there as well?
But he said that if he's still with the same bird now as he was then, it's probably worth going to the ballet every once in a while, because she was a stunner.
Okay.
Stunner.
So, and then he makes the mistake at the end of signing himself Stu Bell. So he's slightly giving away the fact that he's not actually the bloke out of Midnight Run.
Right.
Sammy,
Because we were all fooled up to that point.
Sammy Nasri just taking the sweets out of sticking them in his pockets at the end.
Yeah, here's one from Austin Grout. Some of these
They're making them up.
They are
They're
making 'em up.
making them up.
Austin
We're going
Grout.
to get Seymour Butts soon.
Oh,
Victor Moses. That'll be
Austin
next.
Grout. He works at Whitley Bridge Car Sales. There's a little plug for you there. Anyone who wants to advertise on the show, that's how we would do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got,
Whitley Bridge Car Sales are an excellent firm based in Eastbourne. Austin Grout says, I slipped over yesterday while listening to the podcast. I was laughing too loud and not concentrating. This makes no sense.
Laughing too loud.
Concentrate on walking.
It's icy out there. It is icy out
why
there.
did the level of
You're
his laughter
laughing.
trip him up?
If you laugh,
Yeah, that's what
I've
I'm
never
thinking.
known a
The
point where-
decibels, it was
Hang on,
too
I'm
much.
laughing so much, my legs started to go. Has that ever happened? Is
and he
that
could-
why comedy club people are encouraged to sit down?
Yeah. They have to sit down.
He
Everyone's
says
standing.
it's not an issue normally. All right. But yesterday, I was walking through the golf course in Eastbourne. This is making no sense. Austin.
Go on, what happened?
Well, what happened was he ended up 60 metres from where he started, and then he does a smiley face.
Fall down a hill or
He
something?
must have fallen down a hill.
We made someone fall
down a hill.
down a hill. Well done us, I say.
He laughed so much he slipped over and fell down a hill. And
Don't
then,
listen
and then
to
at the
us.
end, he signs off with Keith's favourite phrase: "Where there's blame, there's a claim." Listen, we might be about to wrap this up. We can go top of the league this week, can't we?
Come on.
We've got a chance to. We're going to play Bolton Wanderers on Wednesday.
That's the first. Let's concentrate on that.
See
One
you-
game at a
So you're
time.
going to win that game?
Yeah, we're going to win that
Yes.
game. We're going to clean that one up.
Unless Bolton gets a new manager, you know what
they're
it's
gonna
like
do
when they
the
get new
old,
managers.
The old caretaker has a little get some gain because
Yeah.
we're playing them twice in the next 3 games now. Aren't we?
Yeah. So I don't.
I'm not worried about Bolton.
We used to worry about Bolton. It was a nightmare when
it's a
Allardyce
horrible
was
place.
there.
more away than at home. but-
Restarts. The game's about restarts.
Yeah.
Pretty, fancy foreigners. Kick them in the bollocks. Have a restart.
That's what it's.
That was his team talk. I can
that was
hear
team
it.
talk,
We
yeah.
sit so close to the tunnel, I can hear it.
I think we'll get 6 points.
Which means they can hear us.
Bolton and
then
Everton.
poor
We've got
hard
Everton.
done boy David Moyes will come down and lose 7-0.
67 injuries this week.
Yeah. That fella got him cheap.
He fell down laughing.
He was already injured when I got him. That one, I got him cheap. He was injured when I got him. That one was very, very cheap.
Do you reckon we're going to sell
He
Senderos?
only had one leg. That one was very, very cheap, but that was Phil Neville. That one was very, very cheap. But he's a Nigerian and he's not even here because of the African Nations Cup, which no one told me about.
Again, apologies to David
Which is in
Moyes, who's a big
Angola.
listener.
It's in
Angola, I read
Angola, you
that.
said Egypt
Angola.
last week.
War-torn
I said Egypt.
Angola.
I
It's
said
not
Egypt.
war-torn anymore.
It's not war-torn, but
Again, with the African cliches.
No.
I'm hearing about
Whenever
the
I hear-
blacks, I'm hearing about Africa, I'm
Whenever I
hearing
hear
famine.
Angola, I just hear war-torn first.
Well, perhaps you'd like to give us your thoughts
Maybe you should move on from that.
on Swapo.
Maybe we should move on from
Is
that.
there time? I think we're out
And
of time.
I'll do
aren't we?
something about the miners' strike. Guess how up to
Good
date
call.
you are,
Good
obviously.
call. Very good.
Swapo's playing left wing for
Yeah.
us. I'm meeting Haley on Wednesday, so don't stand at this time.
Oh,
32.
what?
Yeah, we're meeting
All
under
this.
the big 32. See you then. That's why I bring it up.
And one last thing before we go. I'd like to say hello to everyone at shewar.com. It's a cracking website
Yeah.
about all things Arsenal, and they did mention the Up for Grubs podcast. We think that's why we got to number 1 on the iTunes chart. And we also apparently are number 15 in the US sports chart.
Brilliant.
We are the second highest football podcast
After World
in America after something by ESPN. Shewar.com. I actually thought, when I first saw it, it said shewhore.com. But it isn't about she-whores. It's about the Arsenal. Thanks, boys. You're not here next week, IT?
I'm going snowboarding.
You're going snowboarding.
You're
So
here
it'll
for
be
me.
Keith
I'll
Dover.
never go snowboarding.
Keith Dover and Ian Stone will be here without their skis on.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
See you lot.